Okay, this is another reconciliation working, similar to before. Well, it's a little bit different. So I've made the dolls. When I'm in a hurry, I would make my little dolls like this. The dress is the female, and the trousers would be the male. Instead of doing the gingerbread style, these I can put together quite quickly, and it truly doesn't matter. These dolls don't have to be perfect. They just basically have to represent the people in question. So I have the link in the head cavity and in the body area, and I've blessed the dolls in his name and her name. So you can say whatever kind of prayer that resonates with you, because I don't really like anything to do with religion, the church. I would basically say that the doll holds the spirit, a piece of the spirit of the person, the target, or you could say something like eyes, I awaken you, ears, I awaken you, heart, I awaken you, in the name of, if that makes sense. But anyway, moving on. So I found a very interesting. It was off a forum, so this is not my sigil, but credit to the guy, whoever he is. So I found this, and I thought it was really interesting. It's a heart, but it's in an adverse pentagram kind of thing, and I thought this holds a lot of power. So it does. So basically, this is my love sigil, and I thought it would be quite good. And I'm going to ask the help of Salos again in this working, because Salos is excellent at bringing couples together. To me, Salos is a great spirit counselor, so to speak. He's very, very good at things like that, and I've had a very good success with Salos, and he's easy to work with. He has patience, etc. If you're new to working with the Goetia, in my opinion, he would be really good if you're starting out, with love matters and that sort of thing. So, okay. So what I'm going to do now is, that's my petition. I'm going to put her doll on top of his doll, because she's the dominating one. I'm going to bind it with some red yarn, red or pink, whatever you have, even white's fine. Color doesn't really matter. It's your focus, it's your will. Just use what you've got. And I'm bringing that towards me. And I'm saying, he will return to her. He will dream of her. He will find love again. They will be together forever in perfect harmony. They will be together spiritually, emotionally, physically, at one with each other. And so it is done. So it is done. So it is done. Okay. And then I'll just tie that in 3 little knots. And okay, so the dress always goes to the top, and I'm going to wrap it in the heart pentagram, and I'm going to put this in a jar. I could rebind this actually. Doesn't really matter. I could probably rebind it. A second. Okay, so I've bound it again, and I'm putting that into the jar. Okay, so I'm going to put some honey in here. Just sweeten the situation up. So yeah, I don't like to say something's mine if it's not mine. I think that's very deceitful. So it's not my idea, it's someone else's idea, but I thought it was excellent, and I couldn't help include it in the spell working, because the pentagram is so, especially the adverse pentagram, in my opinion, is so powerful. I thought it would make a great working. One moment, this is not going in right. I just don't want it to be sticky, because I think I'll fill this up off camera. Just a moment, thanks. Okay, so I managed to get that done, and so I'm going to put in some red syrup. You don't need this. I just like to make the jars look pink. Just to give a nice effect. I'm going to put in some rose water. Excellent for love. I'm sure you all know this by now. My jars are pretty standard. And I'm putting in some cinnamon stick. I like to break them, like I said before. Okay, let's push it down a bit. Coffee for speed to jumpstart this working. Okay. Catnip. I've said before, I like the way catnip, how it affects cats. It makes cats, I don't know if you've ever seen cats when they get high on catnip. It's very funny, and it's the effect we want to give him. We want him to be almost drugged by her in a good way. Pheromones, the dolls were sprayed with that prior to, going into this jar prior to this. I'm going to add in a little bit of licorice roots. Going to need to reorder some of this. Some lavender to bring about calm, some peace into the relationship. Sorry. Damiana. Well, I'll use that actually. Eye bright. Eye bright's good for getting to the root of the cause, the truth of the matter. Okay, this is Damiana. Very good. Love, sex, anything along those lines. It's very good. And a little bit of orris root. Okay. There we go. And let me think. I'm going to put in it's my Stay With Me oil. Stay at home oil. And I'm going to put in some rose perfume. If you're doing this, you use your own scent. Okay. A little bit of road opener, because we don't know what the blockages are. Okay, not this moment anyway. And this is some excuse me, I snorted that. This is Peace in the Home. Okay, I'm going to put in some confetti just to reiterate the fact that they have a marriage, and we want them to go back to that state. So I'm putting in some precipitation powder for speed, and oil wise I'm going to put in a little bit of Adam and Eve oil, very good for couples, and a little bit of jasmine. I don't put a lot of jasmine in because I find it very, very strong. And some rose oil. Come to me oil. I did the photographs with all these oils as well prior to starting this video. Prepared all the herbs as well. And called forth the spirits. I'm going to actually add a little bit of lavender in there as well, just to be sure. And a little bit of orange because I really want it to be sweet. Okay. And some sugar, just a moment. Okay, sugar that you use in cooking, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, and I'll put something else in. What am I missing? Maybe some moon water. Okay. And I think a little bit more syrup on top. Sorry, sugar on top. Or I can't talk right tonight. Honey on top. I hate this brand of honey. It sticks. The lid sticks. I'm gonna have to think about changing brands. Okay, and there's one thing missing, and that is rose petals. Where have you gone? Okay, so that's just going to finish the deal on top, and then I'm going to breathe some life into this jar. I'll focus a little bit on it. The work actually comes after I do this, which I don't show. I don't show it because I'll be calling the spirit, so I will, and I find that very difficult to do when I'm filming this, because when I'm calling a spirit from Goetia, I like to be in a meditative state. It helps me because whilst I'm focusing on the work, sometimes certain things come into my head or certain feelings come into my head. It's information. It could be information passed from the spirit. It could be intuition. It could be a mix of both. But I get like a download of things, and that's something that I can't film. It just doesn't work that way for me. I'm too conscious of the camera being there, so I have to do that in my own time, in my own space. And I like to have my own way of doing things, because the thing about YouTube is once you start doing something, it's automatically criticized by other people or copied by other people. I've noticed a trend for people pitching each other's videos and stuff. The stuff is that I'm trying to create new content constantly. That's why I don't put videos out day after day after day. This isn't about generating cash at all. You get a lot of people and they just churn out spell after spell after spell. It's been seen before, it's been done before, the spell has been found on Google. That doesn't sit well with me. I like original content, and that's why I don't put things up every day of the week. I like it to be very fresh and my own ideas and stuff. Yeah, people take your ideas and stuff, but it'd be nice if you were credited for them, but hey ho, it doesn't work that way all the time. But anyway, I'm not going to turn this into a rant. So I'm going to burn this little pink red candle on top of this jar for a full 21 days, a full 3 weeks, and we'll see how things go from there. So I'm going to pull a few cards. I've actually pulled a few cards with regards to the couple and where we're at with regards to the situation. So the key card is the cross. It's a card of that something has basically ended. So, I understand that things are like that at the minute. But I was more interested in the reason why. So I'm thinking this card is the stars. So basically everything good that's been going along, up until a certain point. To me, the reason for that is financial. I could be wrong, but when I see the fish card in a reading, I usually think finances. So I don't know if your guy is maybe not telling you the whole truth about his financial situation. But to me, the reason for this is this. If that makes sense. The reason for the end is this. It's to do with finances. So I don't really know if that resonates with you. Give me some feedback. Much appreciated. And I did look at a few oracle cards. I see deception. So I'm not actually feeling that he's with someone else, but I'm thinking that maybe you think that. Or it's the fact that he's just did what he did is deceptive. The card of doubt, are you doubting him? Is he doubting a relationship? That you could look at this two ways, but I'm thinking that you're doubting him. But the truth, it will come out. That's the truth card, and you'll get some good news. So it's not all bad. It's actually quite positive. And I did look at my introspection deck. So I pulled selfishness, stress, the truth. It's interesting. Both decks have pulled that card. So you're going to hear something, I think, very soon with regards to him. So you're going to need patience. And the next one is harmony. So I like to read into cards, actually. That's something I really, really like to do. Rather than go by the standard book, I like to actually read into the cards' pictures, almost like scry into the card. And when you see this card, it's a man and a woman, and they're about to hold hands. So, if you look at that aspect of things, the hands are touching, nearly touching. So to me, things are getting there. Things are getting there. So basically, that's everything I have, and I will definitely work on this for the 3 weeks or whatever, so we see how you go. And so yeah, looking at this again, I'm thinking there's a financial issue. I don't particularly see anyone else in this reading, so I'm thinking this is financial. Maybe he just hasn't said, but it would be good if you could come back to me with your feedback. And for everyone else, thank you very much. It's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, or leave whatever you have in the comment section. I'll get back to you. All of you have been excellent subscribers, and I just want to say thank you once again. So anyway, good night.